What's up, everyone? This is Dyana Rozay. Welcome to my channel. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you guys for coming in this afternoon. Hey, 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 how are you, everybody? Come on in. I see Pisces Life is in the house. Pisces Life from Philly. What's up, Philly? What's up, Jacksonville, Florida? How are you? Hey, Linda Gamble, how are you? Kelly, how are you doing? Welcome, 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 everybody. Listen, something just popped up on my feed about RHOA. We got some new promo from Love and Marriage Huntsville, and it looked interesting. So we're gonna talk about it. Um, what else? We got a whole lot of stuff going on over here today. So you guys come on in and hit that like button on your way in, please, and thank you. I appreciate it very much. Whew. It is a hot day. I have been out and about all day, like running errands and stuff. Chicago is in the building. What's up, Chicago? What's up, East Orange, New Jersey? How are you? Kentucky is in the house. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Cookie. Listen, I have been running errands all day, and it started off like kind of rainy, and then the sun came out and it got real hot and like muggy. But I had to come home real quick and get on live to talk to y'all about Miss Porsha Williams. She got a lot going on right now. I talked to you guys a little bit about it in the members only last night because it actually dropped last night, but more info dropped today. So I said I was going to talk about that too. So you guys come on in. What's up, Columbus, Georgia? How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Uh-oh, the tropics. Yeah, for sure. The tropics, baby, without the water. I'd love to be in the tropics right now. But yeah, look, let me see if I can take my screen down if I don't look half a mess because I try to get myself together. Try to get myself together a little earlier so I can come on camera. But y'all know I'm going to put the screen up real quick if there's a problem because I was super hot. All right, let's see. Come on in, come on in. Hello, Heloise Anderson, how are you? ATL, hey, ATL in the house, crafting with your flamboyant creator. Welcome, y'all. Okay, listen, let me get y'all this pic up real quick. Hold on. I'm gonna get y'all this pic and then we're gonna talk about it. Well, I can put this up. There is some news that dropped earlier today about Miss Porsha Williams. And it was well, actually the whole cast of RHOA, because y'all know that right now the Black reality shows are suffering. We don't have many of them, even though the Black reality shows are the ones that make the splash, right? It seems like because everybody's interested in it, and we want to see ourselves on TV, so we make the loudest noises. We think everybody's watching, but usually, it is what it is. But I think there's only like a handful on TV compared to all the other shows. And everybody's, RHOA has been like the flagship. That was the one that was, ushering in everything else, not including the Love and Hip Hop series, even though that has been around for a while. Love and Hip Hop has a real special audience, in my opinion. The other, like a RHOA, has a more mainstream audience. And I think everybody pays close attention to that. When anything starts rocking over there, they're wondering how that's going to pass, trickle down to the next, because that really is the flagship for the Black women, the older Black women, the women in their 30s and 40s and 50s, especially OWN and Bravo. OWN has just carved its way, right? OWN has just carved its way in the reality TV world with the Love and Marriage Huntsville series. But like I said, it seems like everything is just on fire. And when these shows go away, we'll have to see what the landscape will look like for Black women on TV. We fight for opportunity, and then it usually, when it goes away, it takes a little while longer to come back. So come on in. But right now they are saying that the filming for RHOA has come to a screeching halt. Apparently people have backed out. Now, people who they thought they had had signed and ready to go for filming has backed out. The only two people that they have signed to do a show right now is Porsha Williams and Kenya Moore. That is it. There were all kinds of rumors about Sheree possibly coming back. No, Sheree has not signed, and if she does sign, it may be as a friend of. There were rumors that what is that young lady's name? Look her name up. She was married to Ralph Pittman. There was rumors that she had signed, and people are now saying she is not confirmed, child. Shamia Moore, not confirmed. So all the women that everybody was saying was going to be a part of it have not been confirmed. Porsha Williams and Kenya Moore are the only two names that have signed the contract. So I think it was, Drew Sidora. Thank you. Drew Sidora actually did a video. She was, I think, a patient at Dr. Heavenly's office, and then Heavenly put her on, and she was like, oh, we think that Drew is going to be a cast member. Drew says she did not confirm or deny. So now everybody's trying to figure it out. But because of it, filming was supposed to start, I think, maybe 2 weeks ago. Things slowed down, and now they're saying everything has stopped. Everything is come to a screeching halt. So it's going to be a few more months before we get to see what happens on RHOA. And if Porsha's even going to be able to tell her storyline, y'all, because Porsha, y'all know her and her estranged husband is fighting her. Simon Guobadia said, I do not want this story on TV, or at least he's trying to intimidate the hell out of her. Because, when those storylines are really, really protected, they don't want people to know them, especially like an RHOA. Those women get paid a lot of money. I know conversations about money have been happening around the, reality TV world. You pay somebody $2 million for their story. You want that damn story to stay where it's supposed to until it gets aired out on TV. But right now we got Simon knocking on the door saying, I want all of the storylines that has to do with my name and Porsha Williams. So that is wild, right? Yvette said, I am wondering how they are going to have Martell on the set when there is a resting order. I am wondering how they're going to have Martell on the set. So who has a restraining order against Martell? Are you saying on Real Housewives of Atlanta? Or are you talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville? Thank you, Cookie. So come on in, hit the like button. That's the way to say hello when you come in. But outside of that, right now, no Real Housewives of Atlanta, and the way things are going with everybody just saying that they do not want to see Love and Marriage Huntsville anymore in the state that it's in. They're going to probably make some real heavy changes there as well, or just make a decision not to put the shit back on air. Either way would probably work. Because it's a lot. Hey, Mama Dama, how are you? Come on in. So I'm not sure which. I did not hear anything about Real Housewives of Atlanta. I can say that people were assuming, including myself, that when Martell said, hey, Mrs. Holt to Sheree, that maybe they had some conversations to, drum up some excitement over there, some interest in the possibility that he would return to RHOA. But like I said, it is being reported right now that there's only two people that have signed contracts. Mel, he has an order against him in court. Well, my assumption would be that Mel doesn't film with Martell. The set, whatever the filming set is, would be the location that they choose. So if it's Mel's house, then I'm assuming that Mel wouldn't have him in her house. If it is someone else's house, then Mel would say, I'm not going to go to that location. So that would be what I assume. From what I'm understanding as of right now, they are finished with filming. The film is done. It premieres on Saturday night. So there's nothing left for them to do, I don't think. I don't think, unless they have some extra confessionals that they would like for them to post. What is up, Valerie? I appreciate you. Come on in. I think Andy is cleaning house. No BravoCon. It was alluded that RHOA is not returning into 2025. RHOA was supposed to start filming about a week and a half ago. That was confirmed. And the ladies that they actually had in place, even though this is supposed to be a big secret, I know Porsha Williams did an interview where they asked her, you know, what's going on? Who are your co-stars going to be? She said, I have a call to be on set on this day, and I am just as excited to hear about it or to see them as you. We don't know who's filming yet. That is how big of a secret it was. Porsha came out and announced it to drum up some excitement for the season. I think, yeah, Kenya did a video where she was twirling around and she said, twirl will be back, but everybody else was supposed to keep it quiet. So we know who got let go. Marlo had gotten let go. Who else? Pretty much all the other ladies, as far as I understood it, except for Drew Sidora. A lot of people thought Drew Sidora was coming back. And now it's being reported that Drew Sidora hasn't even been confirmed. So that is what we're looking at right now. But as far as Martell is concerned, my assumption is that he doesn't have to be anywhere that he is not supposed to be, ever, ever, when it comes to filming. The beauty of reality TV is they don't clock in at a building, or, you know, like most people do at their regular job. You go to 1400, you know, 2nd Street, and you clock in. They don't do it that way. They clock in completely different. So that is what I am understanding. So we will see. But Melody has already shared, she implied it very strongly, that she is not filming with Martell this season, and maybe no other season. This could be the very last one, or it could be the last one for her. We will see. Or the last one for him. Hell, at the end of the day, she said she wasn't filming with Martell. She said she would not do that again. And looks like they'll get to work out whatever they have going on in the courts. What else is happening in the world? So what do y'all think about that? Like 2025, people could lose a whole lot of interest. And look, they've done this before with shows on Bravo. New York Cast was one of those big ones that went on hiatus. They revamped the whole cast. Everybody got fired. Legacy Cast, I think they said it was on for like 11 or 12 years. Those women all had a ticket back every year. They made major money in the millions. And I forgot her name, Ebony Williams, that went on down to the HR and made a complaint about racism that ended up getting confirmed by some of the castmates, or one of the castmates. And they said that they were going to put the kibosh on it. They stopped it. They brought in a new crew. It took them about a year and some change before they brought them back. And so that was good. Yep. She completely, every time she says she will go when God tells her to. So, you know, that's very, very honorable. People should be able to do what they want to do when they want to do it. When God tells all of us to do it, right? So that makes sense to me. Let's see. But that's what I'm assuming. If y'all pay attention to like the season, when you see the final, you know, cut of what they put on TV, they usually only have like 5 spots that they may have filmed in. Maybe there's more. They just didn't put it on screen. But I usually count like 5 places that they may have filmed in for that season that they bring to the show. Now, I have supported them, Miss Cookie. I actually did a lot of research too on Black Ink Island, which happened to be the only beach that Black people were allowed to go after slavery. And there was this wealthy set of freed Black men and women who would take their families out to Black Ink Beach. And it was called that because they said the color of their skin was so dark that they said it looked as black as ink. The white people on the beach said it was as black as ink, and it became Black Ink Beach. And me and my sister actually talked about going to visit there this year, because before you even told me, Cookie, that they had this Black Summer House you should watch. I didn't even know. I didn't even know. And I was like, this is exciting. I think it was interesting. And these are young Black people, men and women, who talk about history and what they got going on. It's really actually interesting. And this is a part of the Bravo series too. It's a very young show too. I think it's only on its second season. So if people are interested in it, they should definitely watch it. That way it stays on air. It's in its second season right now. Oh, look at that. My pastor and his family go every year. Okay. Okay. See, I like to learn stuff. When I look stuff up, when I see stuff on TV or I hear things I've never heard before, I will look it up. I listen, I am not beneath a Google. I'm not beneath researching things, child. It's in its second season. Okay. So that is it. But I just thought that was interesting. Miss Porsha Williams, child, is still on a hiatus. I know she was hoping that she could collect that Bravo check, get that filming started, right? She got all that stuff going on with her estranged husband. She's trying to keep that prenup intact. He basically told her he wants to know her salary. He wants to know her salary. He wants to know everything that she has going on over there, the conversations that are being had. He's already sent subpoenas over to Bravo and asked that a rep comes in and be deposed at court. So this is a lot of stuff. And she basically said that Simon is trying to ruin her career on RHOA by requesting producers to reveal all of her financial earnings. He wants earnings from before they were married on through, basically saying, if you're trying to take money from me, I want to know what you are making. And chances are he may get exactly what he's asking for. I don't know. Do y'all think, I asked this question on Facebook. Do y'all think that Simon should have Porsha's information, her financial records? Should he be able to subpoena all of the storylines that she has for the season? If you think so, put a 2 in the chat. If you think that he is doing too damn much, put a 4 in the chat. Do you agree with Simon asking for financial earnings and any conversations that they have had about him? Put a 2 in the chat if you think he deserves it. He deserves it. And put a 4 in the chat if you think he shouldn't get it. He has a good lawyer. And a lot of people have been saying that it looks like Porsha walked in a little unprepared. What? Someone said, no, he should not. He should not a-hole. No, he should not a-hole. Okay. So you call it, and a lot of you are saying no. A lot of you are saying no. They weren't married that long, right? They weren't married that long, but he wanted to marry Porsha to the point of where he made her some promises. Let's do this prenup. I'm going to make these promises. Porsha's saying, you didn't tell me everything, sir. This is the reason why we are divorcing. You didn't tell me everything. And she has come out and said, I have a daughter and I don't want this to, follow her. I don't want her to be at school and people asking questions about her stepdad and some of the activities he had going on back in the day. Veronica said too, it's a divorce. He can request it. So, okay, Veronica is the only voice saying too, it looks like at the moment. It's mostly, not even mostly, it's all fours. A lot of people are saying he should just move forward with the prenup because he broke whatever their agreement was. Maybe Porsha felt like he was living a double life. Y'all remember it came out that he had another name, that he wasn't even here under the name that he had applied for on the visa, that there is other aliases out there for him and some other things. Now, all of this just came out. It sounds like it dropped on a Sunday and she was at the court on a Monday. Okay. For the 5 minutes that they were married, they both should have agreed to part ways with what they brought with them unless he actually owes her money. Okay, that's a good question, Mrs. J, or a good question that I'm going to ask you right now. So we already did does he deserve it? Most of y'all said no. Now, my question to you is, if you felt deceived in the marriage, both of them came to the table with assets, correct? They both came to the table with assets. Porsha has a beautiful home. Some may say like a mini mansion. She has a beautiful home in a beautiful area. I know a lot of Wealthy people live there and famous names live there. Porsha saying, we got this prenup for the just in case, the if, right? And she went in this on good faith. And it turns out that the person she was laying beside, maybe planning to have a second baby with, all of these things, that he wasn't who he said he was. He deceived her. She believed she was deceived. You don't think that she should cash in on the prenup, that she just should cut her losses and walk away? Now, if you feel like she should cash in on the prenup because he was for lack of better words, a scammer, you got scammed, you spent a good 2.5 years of your life planning a future and all kinds of daydreams around this man, excuse me, and now you find out he's a scammer. So what do? Do you say, listen, you tried to scam me? I want what you told me you would give me. Pay up, pook. Give me what you owe me. Okay. Do you say that? And take that to court? I'm gonna live in this house for a year, Ralph or Kevin or whatever your real name is. What do you do? Or do you just say, you know what, I just want to run away from it? So if you want him to pay what you owe, put a 5 in the check because you feel like you were duped, go ahead and pay me up, whatever is in that prenup. Or do you say, let's say a 7, I'm going to walk away scot-free. I don't care. I don't want it anymore. Shelley said that he can do anything. He cannot do anything. He is a criminal, allegedly. Okay, we are talking about reality TV and pop culture. This is all for entertainment and opinion only. And she does not know his name, so she should get that BS annulled. Did she pass the time for annulment? I think you only got like a year. He's a criminal. She's been married for 15 months, I believe. Porsha should have gone back to her $1 million home. She did when he left her with those kids. She was like, I'll see you later, alligator. I'll come back when you come back, okay? From what I'm understanding, that's not going to work because he signed a release. Oh, he already signed a release before they actually, all of this came running down the pike, huh? So he thought he was going to be on the show. The fact that all of this is illegal activity, he should not negate his request. The fact that he has all of this illegal activity should not negate his request. Doesn't mean he should get it. So let's see. Nobody's responding. Y'all, do y'all think that Porsha should just cut her losses? That was a 7, or that she should get what was promised in the prenup. We got 1 5 2 5 1 7, another 5. I think that Porsha was deceived. Okay. I kind of feel like Porsha was in love with the dude personally. 7 should walk away. 5 5 5 7 7 7 7. Okay, so y'all said Porsha should walk away. Now listen, here's the other part of this. Y'all know I am a big advocate for people should tell their story. You should tell your story, okay? And it doesn't matter when you tell your story. It's always yours. It belongs to you. It's a part of your life journey. Porsha has a story to tell. This is what happened to her. She's trying to tell this story on RHOA. He's trying to stop her from telling that story. So if they get a prenup, how is it that he think he's entitled to her earnings before marriage? I think he wants to show that she makes a good living, that she made a good living before him, and that she'll make a good living after him. Now, y'all remember when the announcement came out that Porsha and Simon were together, Porsha turned in her resignation on everything. So what she's making now probably is nowhere near what she was making then. Porsha had a book deal. I don't think that book went very far. She was on Dish Nation. She was doing, I think, 2 or 3 shows on Bravo. She had a lot going on. She had talent agents and everything, and she gave it all up. She gave it all up. So if she gave it all up, and the purpose of giving it up was, this is what I'll do for you in the prenup. I think she should move forward and have him do whatever he said in the prenup. We don't know why she quit those jobs, but if she quit them, she probably did it thinking, just in case I have to get back on my feet, I want to be able to live in this house for a year, and this is what you owe me. And he said yes. Another 5, another 7. This time people are saying that they want Porsha to just walk away and cut her losses. It seems like more people are saying that. How did she get a marriage license? The same way Ernesto got a marriage license, child. Sometimes people don't look. You never know. You never know. Ernesto was married. Now he's being charged with bigamy. Apparently, he's had several marriages that overlapped, according to the YouTube investigators. He had several marriages that overlapped, but they are only charging him for one, the marriage in 2016. But from what I'm understanding, he actually has 3 wives right now, which is crazy. If she's really worried about her daughter, then she should just leave. Why be there for a year when he can pop up whenever he feel like it? Just go back to your house. Well, there's things for that. This is how we think. A lot of us, a lot of Black women think, you know what, just go, just leave, don't fight for what's yours. And then, there's people that actually fight for what's theirs, child. There's people that fight for it. She made that arrangement. Her and her lawyer sat down. They reviewed it. They said that this was an airtight prenup. I want you to follow through. He can buy another house or stay someplace else, and she can buy extra security. Why don't Porsha just walk away like she did with Cordell? Well, Cordell, excuse me. Probably didn't have a whole lot with Cordell. Porsha knew Simon was a scammer. Knew it. You have more than a year for an annulment if he scammed her. Okay. Why don't Porsha just walk away? Oh, I already put that, or you put that twice. I'm sorry. I don't actually know the details of the prenup just coming in. The best thing that she can do is make sure that she isn't caught up in his scamming or alleged crimes and protect her child. And yes, she said that as well. She said, don't shred any documents, sir. Keep everything intact because I don't want anybody coming after me. I don't, Diana. Hard to tell with these two. I feel like they are both liars. Okay. Porsha was in love with the lifestyle. She had a pretty nice lifestyle before him, too. Porsha was in on it. That is hilarious. She knew who he was. Lior is tattooed on her. Lior is tattooed on her. Is his name Lior? Is it Igor? I may be reading that wrong. Maybe you meant it was Igor. What is it? I'm sorry. I'm making up stuff at this point. I'm sure they both held some stuff back. Well, I appreciate how y'all feel. I like this. I feel like if I was deceived, if I thought somebody was one person and I found out, over the internet that they weren't, I feel like I'm going to cash in on whatever the plan was. If you and I had made an agreement that I quit everything I was doing and you said, listen, I'll give you a year to live in this house to get back on your feet. I will give you X, Y, and Z in order to, keep you going until next time, because that's how much I care about you. I'm going to give you the life. And I find out that you aren't who you say you are. I'm going to cash in. That's my personal thing. I went to the lawyer. I paid for it. I thought I did my research. Then I find out it's different. You're going to pay, Pook. That's how I feel. L. Fisher said, did she scam Fallon? If y'all say so. I don't know. There's a lot of different thoughts around this. Now, this is the funniest thing about you saying, did she scam Fallon? She's been pretty adamant that she didn't know Fallon. She said, I didn't know her. Fallon says you did know me, right? It's, you decide which one you want to take. But after that moment, pretty much everybody in reality TV references Porsha, Fallon, and Simon when they do a job. So just recently, if y'all remember on not Married to Medicine, Real Housewives of Potomac, Wendy said that she did not want to bring anyone on as her friend that she did not know in real life, because if that woman turned out to be, horrible and got, mixed up in some social media scandal, she said she didn't want anybody saying, well, Wendy, that's your friend. So she said, no, I will not do it. I will not do it because of what happened to Porsha. That's pretty interesting. And then we heard on Love and Marriage Huntsville, when Marceau told Tisha, what do you think? I pulled a Porsha? You think that I'm messing with Melody and I'm married to you? You think I pulled a Porsha? I'm messing with my castmate? So, yeah. Porsha has set a standard, boo. Let's see. The fact that she canceled jobs is significant enough to collect something. I think so. I think that if I quit all of my jobs, you're going to pay me that lost income. Porsha was stupid. She quit because she was in love with the lifestyle. Okay. Good point. Maybe she quit all those jobs because he wanted her to and he had promised her a softer life than she already had. That's how it looked because Porsha hustled. We know she's not a lazy person, right? We know she's not lazy. She hustled. She actually likes being in front of cameras and, it's a good time. She likes getting dressed up. She likes going out. She likes it. So it's not like she was, just waiting around eating bonbons. She was doing her thing. She was doing her thing and she was at the peak of her career. She was at the very top at that point. She could have asked Bravo for anything and they would have gave it to her. When Porsha quit, Andy came into her comment section that night. I was in it and said, this is just a break. Whenever you want to, it belongs to you. This job is still yours. And I remember there was content creators and subscribers alike. When I said that, they were like, Bravo kicked her off. She never has a chance to come back. I was like, okay. Yes, she does. Andy fell in love with Porsha, child. She wanted him back. Hey, everybody. Or he wanted her back. He is a con artiste. What's up, Tina Turner? How are you? So, yeah, that is what is going on with them right now. And then Kandi took a little jab at her last night on Watch What Happens Live. She was asked if she knew that Porsha was coming back, which she said a couple of times that she knew. She said before she even turned in her resignation over there at Bravo that her and Porsha had talked about it and that she had given her blessing and said, I think you should come back. The show needs you. So she said, I will be leaving. So she knew that there was going to be some wiggle room for that salary, whatever Porsha was going to ask for. Kandi let her know there was going to be some wiggle room because I'm leaving and they pay me $2 million for 12 weeks worth of filming, $2 million, right? So that's a lot of money. And Kandi has, gotten it all back and then some. She's waiting to get an Emmy right now as a producer. So she said she wanted to be an EGOT winner. He is allegedly trying to sell the house. Well, we'll have to see if the judge stops him. Simon asked her not to destroy her cell phone log. Sure did. No don't destroy the text messages. And he said that of her sister. He said, I want your sister's messages too. Simon's been divorced before, child. What is this, his third or fourth marriage? He knows what to do. This is Porsha's second marriage. So she's not and the first one divorced her and just she just said, F it and walked away. She didn't even try to fight it. So this is the first time she's trying to fight. Me too. Both are not truthful. I don't think that she was in on it. Team Porsha. All right, cool. But yeah, Kandi had some things to say about her last night on Watch What Happens Live. She basically said she thought Porsha was moving too quickly and that she knew things about Simon, but Porsha does not like for her to speak over her relationships. And I was like, Kandi, you don't like anyone to speak over your relationships either, child. I don't know why you're trying to make this seem like you have an open ear. You're open to any type of criticism. That's not true. But she basically made it seem like she knew a lot about Simon, and when she attempted to share it, she wasn't willing to hear it. Why stay in that house? Simon might bring other women in that house. I don't think he's in that house, but I don't know. Georgia law does say while you're getting a divorce, both parties can stay in the house. Both parties can stay in the house. So I don't know how she's handling it. I just know that she is there and she takes pictures of herself with her daughter enjoying everything. Okay. Yep. I have not forgotten it. His ex-wife, Fallon, was pregnant with another man's baby. That's true. That's true. But some people think, until those papers are signed, until the ink has been dried on those papers, you're still married. Better hope that she doesn't get stuck with some of his debt. Anything he signed or refinanced after that marriage she can be accountable for. Well, right now he is offering anyone $100,000 if you can prove that he was in another relationship or that he cheated on either of his wives, Porsha or Fallon. If you can prove it, he will give you $100,000. Now he just bumped it $50,000 because he started off saying, "I'll give a $50,000 reward." Now he's giving a $100,000 reward. I don't know, Cookie Clark. He does have a green card. The green card is legitimate, and I don't know anything more than that. A contested divorce can get nasty for sure. That is always the case. I said the other day, child, you can get yourself messed up in a divorce, child. Let's see. What's up? What's up? Kandi will speak on anything to keep herself relevant in the media. Fallon just did an interview 2 weeks ago where she said that Porsha had met for the first time when it was filmed at her home the day of the pool party. Well, I remember that, but a lot of people thought they were friends, and she let that go on for weeks. I mean, for not weeks, years actually. Fallon let that go on for years. She did not agree. She made it seem like her and Porsha had a relationship prior to that. And we all know, and they've said this even before the Fallon thing, they said people come on as a friend of, and it's just based on if y'all had ran in the same circles. It could have been 5 years ago, 10 years ago. You will still come on as a friend of. How about that Giovanna girl and Nene Leakes? Y'all remember that? And Nene brought her on, and she was like, "I don't even know Giovanna." Like, you guys, everybody was getting burned that season, but based on the friends that they were bringing onto the show. It's not going to happen. He has no rights to her sister's phone records, mad or not. No legal reason to gossip about your husband is not a crime. Yep, gossiping about your husband is not a crime, child. I think he thought he was going to prove that she was having an affair with someone, but I'm not sure. Simon has a bunch of tricks up his sleeve, and he has been, he's on social media more than Porsha is, to be honest. And he's been telling all the business, okay? All the business. I don't blame Porsha. He should pay for her lifestyle all the way up to the divorce. Child, listen, if you're going to marry rich, you know what I'm saying? If you're going to get married and you think you got this nice lifestyle coming and you quit everything, going ahead and get what you're supposed to get, okay? Let me have my...
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't care.
We don't care, child. Go on ahead and get your money. That's what I say. Bring Nene back. It'll be epic. Yep. Giovanna, child, cuckoo kachoo. Okay. Giovanna was a absolute basket case. All right. So anyway, if you guys haven't seen the new promo for Love and Marriage Huntsville, you can catch it on my YouTube page or Facebook page. Excuse me, not YouTube, Facebook page, but you can also see it just pretty much anywhere on IG. But they are showing us the photo shoot. So they're filming the photo shoot. All the ladies are, standing like right behind each other, taking pictures. Then you get to see the couples take pictures. It's pretty cool. But I wanted y'all to look at it because a lot of people are saying, I hope that Mel doesn't trust this person. Mel doesn't trust this person. Everybody seems to be in their own world, coupled up. Nobody is focused on anything else except what they have in their own world. Even Tisha and Marceau right now, even though they have been the talk for a minute, I told y'all last night a little bit when I was in members only, Tisha and Marceau have been exposed. They've been talked about, and Marceau been talked about anyway, as having an affair, and people been calling Tisha stupid and whatnot. Then they took that family vacation to Africa back in December. And then after they took the family vacation to Africa, Tisha and Marceau have been either coupled up or in some sort of couples retreat or training. It looks like right now he is trying to mend things in his marriage. And that's interesting because y'all remember just last weekend or the weekend before all this other crazy stuff came out. It was Martell who was posting these little crazy messages talking about Marceau, you and Tisha never had any type of infidelity in your marriage, and then making the faces and the laughing stuff. Now, Tisha's still denying it, okay, because she definitely came on and said, show me the receipts. So where's your wisdom? But this may take a deeper dive. I don't know. They may be taking a deeper dive into Marceau and Tisha's relationship for this upcoming season. This whole secrets will be revealed craziness. Hey guys, come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Simon is going to put a gag order on Porsha. What will be the storyline without Simon? He knows there's no storyline without him. That's why he's going to stop her from talking. Her life for the last 2.5 or 3 years, however long they've been together, has been Simon. So if he stops her from talking about him, that will be a problem. And she's going to have to fight that in court. And that's what she's trying to do right now. That is in court. I'm fighting him, trying to stop me from talking about my life. People have been successful at doing it. I know they did it on Basketball Wives. There was a lot of the husbands or boyfriends who wouldn't allow them to talk. But they had that order in place beforehand. I don't know if he can do it after the fact, since she can prove that her life has always been reality TV, and they were both planning to come on together before the news dropped that he was, had other things happening to him. So we'll have to see. But right now, I'm just curious if that's how they're going to start the season with Tisha and Marceau. It sounds like it's going to be mostly about Melody and Martell's situation with the revenge P. And they're going to talk a lot about that. But these people need individual storylines. So I'm curious if they're going to make Marceau and Tisha and Maurice and Kimmy talk more about some of the rumors that have been out there for them. They need to wrap up their storylines, especially last season. Even if Kiki is not back on this show, the rumors are still out there hot and tough about Marceau cheating on his wife. Melody carries the show. Let's see. I believe Porsha got this. Remember, I said that she is smarter than we think. I've always thought Porsha was smarter than we think. I don't underestimate Porsha at all. I do think, I will say this because I did start off by saying this. I don't think that she's thought that Simon was as smart as he is right now. Sometimes people can act like they don't know a whole lot. Those are the smartest people, the people that act like they don't know a whole lot. Okay. So we'll have to see how that plays out. But this is what it looks like right now. And then people are dropping in the comments that Martell is not supposed to be within so many feet of Melody. So we know for sure that they will not be in any scenes together. That's what it sounds like. No scenes together for the two of them, which is fine. I think most people are familiar or aware of what's going on. So it's not that big of a deal. They will probably talk about the other. Talking about and having a restraining order is different. So talking about in the safety of your own space or in your own space is fine. I don't know. Someone had mentioned, do you think that Marceau is becoming the leading man on the show and that Martell is taking a back seat to the show? This is the promo picture that seems to be floating around more than anything. Tisha standing behind Marceau. Marceau isn't necessarily side by side with Melody, though. Melody is in front of all of them. She's just standing off to the side. She's just standing off to the side. She definitely is in front of everybody, but Martell is behind everybody. So we'll have to see what that looks like. Oh, you're gonna record it. So I am going live on Saturday night to to do that initial review, and then we'll probably make decisions about going into Patreon or something, or the back room somewhere, child, just to keep some of this conversation um, off of YouTube. Even though I don't have those kind of conversations, I'm going to say that I just don't. But I can see there's a lot of ignorance running around in these YouTube streets right now. So no need to feed the pariah. Remember the last divorce, she came out with nothing. This time she gave this Team Porsha. Okay, we know you Team Porsha, child. I like Porsha. I think she's funny, and I think she's good TV. Porsha was in love with the millions and the lifestyle that Simon provided. A lot of people should be. I ain't gonna lie. Struggle love is hard. Struggle love is nothing to be proud of, child. Um, so if you find somebody in life that you can deal with that has millions, and can offer you a beautiful life, take it. Take it. There's a lot of people that's actually trained. They are, from the time they are born, to look for a certain man with a certain amount of money, or a certain partner with a certain amount of money. Um, Struggle love and having children and trying to figure out how to eat every day, and how you're going to live, keep a roof over your head, all that stuff. That's for the birds. That's for the birds. Okay, so if y'all get a chance, check out the promo for that, because it is crazy. But I was just looking at it and thinking, you can definitely tell that these people do not fool with each other outside of this show, period. They are not friends outside of this show, period. Okay. What else is going on in these YouTube streets? That's pretty much it. They have the Diddy documentary that's out, y'all. If you have not been paying attention, this is actually funded by TMZ. TMZ has paired with Hulu, and they have a show called The Downfall of Diddy that is on right now. So TMZ, y'all all know, does investigative reporting. They have a whole lot of stuff that they have been holding on to. They've been able to pull some of Diddy's old artists, and they are sitting down and talking to them about some of his secrets, some of the things he has going on. This is unauthorized, by the way. So, and this is also coming out ahead of these trials that are set up for Diddy. So, I don't know if this is considered fair. What do y'all think about this? That there is an unauthorized documentary on P. Diddy right now on television while he has a case in the courts. Do you think that that's fair to have that information go out before a jury is selected? If you do, let me put a 8 in the chat if you think that's fair, and if not, put a 10 in the chat. Let's see. Prime examples: the Kardashians. What do you mean? Explain what you mean by that, Tina Turner. Already a Diddy documentary. Yep, this is an unauthorized documentary that has actually been funded by TMZ, the news station, the investigative tabloid news station, and they have pulled all kinds of receipts that they've been collecting over the years, and they've also they're interviewing artists that Diddy had under his umbrella. Um, I haven't watched it yet. I'm just not in the space to watch it, to be honest. So people are saying, 10, you do not think it's fair for this documentary to exist prior to an actual court case. Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. So Gigi is saying that if you look at your TV under the information for Love and Marriage Huntsville, you're going to see Marceau and Melody. So Marceau is considered leading, not Martell, and Melody is considered the leading Yes, didn't it happen to R. Kelly? Mm, did it happen to R. Kelly? Was it at the same time? This is how people end up guilty in the court of public trial. Really? Okay, I'm not in that place either. Yeah, I'm not in that place. I'm not watching it, to be honest. Um, it's never fair when it's unauthorized. Well, that's the price you pay when you are a public figure. Any public figure can have a documentary written about them or a television show done about them. It's actually done. The reason why the law exists is to prevent them from doing some of the things that Diddy is accused of. It's supposed to make sure that the public can, police their actions. So that's why it's also not fair for people who have been victimized by these predators. Okay. Melissa said it's always the African American man to have strikes against him before proven guilty. They need their time in court. Okay. It's interesting. We should keep an eye on it for sure, because at the end of the day, money buys things. Money buys silence for years and years and years. He could have lived his whole life and passed away and had schools built after him and who knows what else, right? And now all of this stuff is rolling down the pike. And all of these people that knows him and saw certain things, now all of these people feel like now's the time. I feel safe in sharing. Now that Cassie has come out and told her story, I feel safe in sharing my story, men and women. And that wasn't like that before. They could have, not just P. Diddy could have lived his entire life and everybody could have thought he was this great guy who had all these achievements in music and whatever other careers that he's had. I think he's had like at least 10 careers. But everybody else who were victims and suffered, they could have died with their secrets. Did R. Kelly do an interview? I think so. I remember the interview with Gayle King. Gwen said that she thinks that they need a jury. The stories are already out there in the public, but the documentary is going to be on that show for a while. And people have been keeping up with this information for a minute, so we have to see how this works itself out. Like my grandma used to always say, what don't come out in the wash will come out in the rinse. Child, ain't that the truth? All right. So we got that. Let's see if we have anything else to talk about. I think that's pretty much it, y'all. I know I have the Diddy documentary. We talked about that. What's this one? Oh, Turkey Lake Hut. I'm done with that. Okay, y'all. That's pretty much it. That's all I have in my fold. Melissa said, "What happened to Harvey Weinstein?" A Caucasian Diddy. Well, Harvey was actually, he was. Now, this is the thing. People are saying, comparing P. Diddy to Jeffrey Epstein. We all know him, right? Harvey Weinstein, he's still in jail. He is in jail in California, but the case that he had in New York, where I think he was supposed to do 23 years, the case he did in California, he got 16 years. The case in New York, they just dropped. They said that they had to declare it a mistrial, and the courts are asking that they redo that trial. So all of the victims that came in, talked, and had to relive all of that hurt, trauma, and injury, they got to do it all over again. They got to do it all over again. Someone is in the chat saying, please don't make it about race. I will say that what P. Diddy is accused of is absolutely horrendous. What they all have been accused of is absolutely horrendous. And for the victims, it's even worse that they have to relive all of this. But a lot of people get to live their life without any consequences whatsoever. And we have to keep that in mind too. Okay. All right, y'all. Let me take this man's name off my screen, child. All right, everybody. I think that is going to wrap it up for me. I've been on for a little bit, about an hour. I'll see if I can catch back up with y'all later. Okay. So thank y'all for joining my live this afternoon, and I will try to do it again. Okay. I'll talk to you until next time. And thank you to all the moderators who helped out with the chat. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye-bye.